Good evening, everybody, and a happy Labor Day weekend. What better way to spend it than by watching our next big event of the year, 8-Bit Brawl. We are here live in Seattle, Washington, where tonight we have the championships on the line yet again, with the two marquee matchups of the night being 8 Superstar Battle Royales to determine the next champions heading into the Royal Rumble. The biggest questions of the evening: will we see our first double champion, or will we have to wait even longer? Will the Skeleton Legion pick up their second championship belt with a win over Gundham Tanaka? Can Kiyotaka get himself out of his slump? Find out tonight and more on this JWE 8-Bit Brawl. And our first Nexus Championship match of the evening. Introducing first, it is the challenger and the swordswoman of the future, Lucina. Now, Lucina has had a pretty disappointing season as of late, but hopefully with a win here in the Nexus Championship match, she can quickly turn her fortunes around and finally get her hands on that championship gold that she so wants. Just not necessarily the belt that she's been eyeing the past couple of months. And so I'm just turning down my microphone. Hopefully I'm not blasting out your ears now. Yeah, that looks better. And her opponent, it is your women's Nexus champion, Hatsune Miku.
Introducing the challenger from the future, Louie! And her opponent from Japan, she is the women's undisputed, the Universal NXT World Champion, Miku.
And the referee showing the world the coveted Women's Nexus Champion belt. And Hatsune Miku, she did the, she jumped 10 feet into the air. She did the easy part, excuse me, last month by winning the championship belt. Now is the difficult part in defending it, as she sends Lucina into the corner and a high kick to the jaw. Stomp to the back. And now Hatsune Miku with the ground and pounds, a slap to the face. Lucina very quickly back to her feet. And a springboard DDT. Now running off the ropes. Crossbody frog splash into the pin. There's one. Hatsune Miku kicks out. And now Lucina going for another frog splash, and that again connects. Hatsune Miku quick to her feet. And Lucina with the slap. Stomp to the face. Now picking Miku up. And a spinning punch takedown. Going for another running frog splash, and again connects. Going for one more, but Hatsune Miku, she's seen enough. Getting her knees up and looking for the running kick. Lucina getting her hands up just in time. Hatsune Miku with the reversal right back, sending Lucina for a run. And a rolling neck breaker. Miku going for the pin. There's one. Lucina kicks out. Standing shooting star press. And now picking Lucina up. Lucina with the stunner reversal. And now a chicken wing neck breaker. To the outside. Heading back in. And Miku with the clothesline sending Lucina crashing to the outside. Lucina very quickly back inside. And a punch right to the gut. Hatsune Miku with the reversal right back, sending Lucina into the corner. And now a corner high choke. And the corner sit down powerbomb. And now a heel hook just working on that base. Just trying to dismantle any semblance of offense that Lucina might have. And now Miku picking Lucina up. And the 12-6 elbows just really working on her. Now, Miku in full control of this match. Running facebuster. Referee in the way, but Miku picking Lucina back up. Lucina with a kick to the gut. Taking Miku down. And the scorpion clutch. Trying to submit Hatsune Miku, but Miku very quickly getting out. But was the damage already done? Miku dragging Lucina away from the ropes. And the running faceplant. Picking Lucina back up. Miku not quite done with her. And the snap suplex. Heading into the corner, looking to put a bow on things. 540 corkscrew splash into the pin. There's one. There's two. Lucina gets her shoulder up. But Miku working Lucina into the 2 counts. Lucina getting out of the way of that stomp, but Miku with the rolling suplex into the Pele kick. And now Miku heading up top again. Corkscrew splash once again connects. Referee in position, there's one. There's two. Lucina again kicking out. And now Miku with some more 12-6 elbows. Picking Lucina back up to her feet, again in firm control of this match. And another rolling suplex into the Pele kick. And now just taunting on Lucina. Miku knows that she basically has this in the bag. And some stomps to the side of the head, stomp to the face. But Lucina fighting out corkscrew splash, or not splash, dragon screw takedown, excuse me. And now Lucina trying to fight her way back. Firing herself up, but a little bit too much as Miku with the offense yet again, but nice block by Lucina. Picking Hatsune Miku back up. Kicks to the chest. And the rolling neck snap. I'm quite happy that these superstars are keeping it in the ring. Nice running kick in the corner. Picking Miku back up. And a side angle slam. Now Lucina going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Miku kicks out. And now Lucina with the kicks to the face yet again. Another frog splash and Miku getting her knees up perfectly in time. High kick. Failing the grab. Lucina looking to still be in control of this. A rolling cutter. Miku back to her feet. Kick to the gut. And a soft little suplex. Lucina rolling to the outside. Miku getting herself ready. Suicide splash connects. Referee at the 2 count. Miku picking Lucina back up and tossing her into the announcer's booth. Now just staring her down. Referee counting to 4. There's 5. And Miku is just waiting for Lucina to hit that, in order to hit that neck breaker. And now tossing Lucina back into the ring, rolling in herself. Lucina back to her feet. Hatsune Miku. Oh. With the, I don't know, Gutbuster is quite, oh, whatever. There's the 2 count. Lucina kicks out. Liberal was the word I was looking for. And now, what is Miku doing? Finding the right corner. Another corkscrew splash, but Lucina not quite in range. I have no idea. I think, yeah, Miku just kind of glitched out there. Miku trying to get into the corner. Doesn't have any understanding on how, you know, spacing works. And another heel hook. And Lucina still with the strength to kick Hatsune Miku off of her. Kick to the gut. And a snap DDT into the pin. There's 1. There's 2. Miku kicks out. Bit audacious of an attempt there by Lucina, who picks Miku back up. Miku again with a kick to the gut. Failing the high kick as Lucina ducked that Now sending Miku for a run. And a spinning heel kick. And a soccer ball kick right to the back of the spine, picking Miku back up. Right hand. And another rolling cutter by Lucina. Heading up top. What is Lucina thinking here? Diving splash, just barely out of range. And now Miku with the takedown. Climbing up top. Does she have the range? Corkscrew splash. Lucina gets out. Gets out of the way. And now Lucina with the phenomenal DDT into the pin. There's one. There's two. Hatsune Miku still rolling out. And now Lucina looking for the phenomenal forearm. Phenomenal DDT connects again. Going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Miku still kicks out. Now Miku using the time that Lucina gave her by taunting to roll out of the ring and getting out of the way of that suicide spear. But we are on upset watch right now as Lucina is fighting her way back. Drop kick to the middle of the spine. Lucina picking Miku back up and back into the ring. Climbing in herself to the top rope. Diving elbow. Miku still somehow getting out of the way. And a rolling facebuster. And now Miku looking for the people's moonsault. Connects. And now Miku going for the pin. There's one. Come on, referee. There's two. Referee. There's a 3 count. And Miku somehow defending the belt. It looks scary in the middle, but despite a glacial count by the referee, what was going on? Getting the 3 count and defending the championship belt, and is halfway through with becoming a double champion. And your champion is still Hatsune Miku.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the men's undisputed, the Universal NXT World Championship.
And for our next Nexus Championship match, introducing the challenger, it is the most sus man of JWE. It is Crewmate. And his opponent, it is the former Jayromada Men's Universal Champion turned Nexus Champion. It is Goro Akechi. Looking to do everything in his power to defend the belt here tonight. And try to head into the main event. One championship belt up, trying to take the second one away from Zenkichi. But in order to do that tonight, he first must defend this belt successfully. Which is quite a tall order.
Introducing the challenger from the future, weighing in at 135 pounds, the unpredictable Cruz. And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 140 pounds, he is the men's undisputed, the Universal NXT World Champion, Gordon Alexi.
And Akechi handing the championship belt over to the referee, who shows it to Crewmate. Both men know what they're fighting for. Now the universe, the JWE universe, knows what they're fighting for. It is the JWE Men's Nexus Championship match here tonight. Referee rings the bell, and immediately Akechi running towards Crewmate and a running clothesline right into the corner. He wants to get this done quick. He wants to get this done early. He wants to save his energy for tonight. Getting some stomps in early. And a rolling arm breaker, or twisting arm breaker. Picking Crewmate up by the arm and now trying to break the other. Working on both arms, just trying to debilitate as much offense as he can. And very early force out. Akechi stepping over the steel steps. But Crewmate with a kick to the gut and a stunner on the outside. Akechi very quickly to his feet. But Crewmate with a rolling punch to the side of the head. Slipping the grab. And Akechi with the punch to the gut. Now Crewmate tossing Akechi onto the ramp. And these men showing early on that they don't care about the count out. There's a 5 count. Crewmate with a falling neck breaker right onto the steel grate below the ramp. And now tossing Akechi into the barricade. There's 7. Akechi quick to his feet and runs back into the ring. Catching Crewmate mid-taunt. And a rolling face plant. Chicken wing stretch. And sending him headfirst into the ropes. Akechi picking Crewmate back up to his feet. Punch to the gut. Right hand turns him around. And a rolling backbreaker into the pin. There's 1. There's 2. Crewmate kicks out. Very early 2 count. I mean, Crewmate hasn't been on the as a top form, but I mean, he hasn't been at the top of his game for the past month or so. But honestly, I kind of expected more. As Akechi trying to feed off the energy of the crowd, letting their boos fuel his tank, and now walking Crewmate to the western ropes, sending him for a run, whiffing on the grab. But connects there. Nice clothesline. Stomp to the shoulder. And Crewmate with the reversal. I think Akechi is trying to go for the chicken wing, but Crewmate getting out of the way. Akechi with the reversal right back, though. And a Superman clothesline. Picking Crewmate to his feet. Kick to the gut. And a facebuster. Now Akechi tuning up the band. And you know what time it is. It is time for sweet chin music. There's one. There's two. Crewmate grabbing on the rope. Initiating a very smart rope break. Akechi continuing his offense, though. Surprised, but not for long. As Crewmate rolls to the outside, flips off the crowd. I don't know what Tyler did to you, but okay. And a backbreaker on the outside. Crewmate with a twirl or a rolling suplex. And a backbreaker. Telling Akechi to bring it on. Now kick to the shin. Rolling Akechi around. There's a 5 count and a kick to the thigh. Picking Akechi back up to his feet. And I was tossing him into the barricade. Again, absolutely no regard for the count out. There's 7. Akechi needs to recover quickly. There's the 8 count. He's back into the ring. As Crewmate now just sitting up top. And Akechi taking full advantage. Crewmate making a fatal mistake. Top rope bulldog. Now right hand. Akechi picking Crewmate back up. And a reverse Russian leg sweep. Akechi heading into the corner. Crewmate heading into the opposite corner. Crossbody splash. And now Akechi telling Crewmate to stay down. And now the Crow looking to fly. Diving elbow to the middle of the spine. Going for the pin. No rope break here. Crewmate must kick out, and he does. And now Akechi immediately looking for the finisher. Picking Crewmate up and facebuster. Rolling too close to the ropes for my liking. There's 2. Crewmate tossing Akechi off of him. And now kick to Akechi, who rolls into the corner. Crewmate stalking him. Punch to the gut. Rising knees. And now just tossing Akechi to the side. Crewmate climbing up top. Looking to fly himself. Diving. Top rope punch connects. Going for the pin. There's 1. There's 2. Akechi kicks out. I'm surprised that was a 2 count. Akechi, I think he's taken a little bit more damage than I suspected. And now Crewmate looking for the Stone Cold Stunner. Connects. Will Akechi kick out? There's 1. There's 2. Yes, he does. Crewmate heading to the top rope yet again. Diving punch to the gut. Into the pin. There's 1. There's two Akechi still powering out. Both men showing absolute resiliency. And now some knees to the side of the head. Akechi crawling to the corner. But there's a knee attack. Into the stomp to the leg yet again. Crewmate picking Akechi up to his feet. Akechi with a very well-timed reversal kick to the gut. And Crewmate with the reversal right back. And now flipping off the cameraman. I know Akechi, I know he is the crow, he's a bird, but you don't need to flip the birds. Nice crossbody splash. And Crewmate very quickly turning this around, picking Akechi back up to his feet and looking for another Stone Cold Stunner. Connects close to the ropes, pulling him away just enough. There's one, there's two. Akechi with the rope break. I need to catch my breath. Crewmate with the stomping handbreaker. And now an elbow to the thigh, going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Akechi still getting his shoulder up. Crewmate asking what he must do to put him away. He might have found a solution and is called stomping on the hand again. Picking Akechi back up to his feet. Kick to the gut, and there's the third stunner. And Akechi rolling out of the way. He is barely keeping himself alive. Crewmate catching the clothesline, sending Akechi for a run, diving underneath, jumping over the top. Arm drag takedown. But Akechi sending Crewmate into the corner. He's not quite done. Corner clothesline. Picking Crewmate back up. Turning him around. Picking him up in the piggyback. And the facebuster. Turning him onto his back. Akechi looking for the finisher of his own. I think one more finisher either way is going to do it. Another face plant. Going for the pin. No rope breaks. There's one. There's two. And Crewmate was inches, nay, centimeters away from victory, but Akechi somehow holding on. And I don't think that's how he wanted to start off the night, considering he has another match in about 2 hours.
Here is your winner, and still men's undisputed, the Universal NXT World Champion, Gordon Alexi.
But Akechi getting the first half done. Bringing the championship back. There is one. Now, he is looking for the second. And unfortunately for Crewmate, he cannot try again because this is a Nexus championship match. And that's just the rules. And now for our next matchup of the evening. Introducing first, it is the Plague Doctor herself, Lexibor. And her opponent, it is her main rival and the change bringer of Eclipse. It is Delta. Now let's see if Delta's disappointing run as of late is or was just, her sandbagging, or if it's actually her skill level. And both women are ready. Referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle with Lexi immediately beginning with a roundhouse kick, picking Delta back up to her feet, turning her around. Excuse me, turning her around, and the backbreaker into the hip toss. Now stomps to the face, to the top of the head, to the back of the head. And early on is looking very status quo, but Delta kicking her off. Kick to the gut, and a rolling backbreaker. Lexi back to her feet, but Delta picking her back up, and a right hand putting her back down. And now the ground and pound right next to the ropes. Picking Lexi back up and tossing her into the corner. High kick connects. Now stomp to the face. And as we head into the twilight of the season, yeah, this rivalry is not really waning much. It is still going really strong. Although there are rumors, there are speculations that they're putting it all on the line here tonight. Winner gets their name at the top of the championship list, right below the champion, and will be next in line to face off the champion, whoever she may be at the end of the night, at either Royal Rumble or War Games. Delta tossing Lexi to the outside, climbing out herself. Now picking Lexi back up to her feet. Lexi dodging that kick and connecting with a drop kick of her own. And now going for a pin. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Delta kicks out. I think the referee forgot the stipulations until Lexi went for the pin. Honestly, I did as well. And now Delta going for a pin. There's one. There's two. Lexi kicks out. Lexi with a kick to the gut. And tossing Delta back into the ring. Sliding in herself. And a jumping arm breaker into the reverse armbar, just really working on that upper body offense. And now Lexi with the half hitch knee raises and a spinning kick to the gut. Superman elbow, and now going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Delta gets her shoulder up. The right hand, the kick, And the single shoulder suplex. Lexi climbing to the middle rope. Hyping up the crowd. Kicking Delta away from her before going for the, attempting to go for the middle rope RKO, but whiffing, still getting an attack in. And now setting up the tornado kick. Delta getting out of the way just in time. And a drop kick of her own. How many times have we seen a dodged kick responded with a kick? And now Delta going for a pin. There's one. There's two. Lexi pushes out. Delta picking Lexi back up to her feet. Knee to the chest. Axe kick. And now both superstars rolling to the outside. Delta picking Lexi back up to her feet. And tossing her back into the ring. Taking the short path. Slides back in. And picking Lexi up, and a sit-out powerbomb. And now Delta into the corner looking for the finisher. Pele kick connects. Pushing Lexi down, going for a pin. There's one. There's two. Lexi still rolling out. And Delta climbing out and climbing back in and yelling in Lexi's face. I wonder what she said. Lexi getting out of the way of that stomp. Delta avoiding the kick, picking Lexi back up, and this is a very uncharacteristically slow match from the Plague Doctor. Nice rolling elbow by Delta. Climbing to the top rope. And the crossbody splash from up top, going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Lexi still kicking out. Picking her back up to her feet. And Delta continuing the offense with that combo. Picking Lexi back up. And another Pele kick. Pushing her down, going for the pin. There's one. There's two. And Delta flipping the script and finally getting another win and another championship opportunity in either a month or 2 months, again, depending. But Lexi, that was kind of disappointing, not gonna lie. But it must be nice. It must be a nice feeling for Delta to get back into the winner circle with a very well fought win. And for our first Tornado Tag Championship match of the evening, introducing first, it is the challengers, the Agents of Anarchy. And their opponents, of course, when you hear those horns, you know exactly who it is. It is bringing the swag, your men's tag team champions, The Big Bang Theory. Looking to defend their belts yet again here tonight. And I don't know what about them. They're just a type of team that comes alive during championship matches. Defending from the Phantom Thieves twice. And now looking to defend from the Agents of Anarchy, their main rivals. Can they do it? That's the question.
The following contest is a tornado tag team match and is for the men's undisputed hybrid, the tag team world championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 252 pounds, the Anarchists, and their opponents at a combined weight of 293 pounds. They are the men's undisputed hybrid, the tag team world champions, Air Boom.
And Kaito and Shuichi handing their belts over to the referee, who will show them to the world. This is our first tag team championship match of the evening. And the first tag team championship match of the Agents of Anarchy. Or for the Agents of Anarchy. Referee rings the bell. Kokichi immediately going after Kaito and Rantaro against Shuichi. Shuichi looking to fight back. Kaito sending Kokichi into the corner. And Shuichi with the rolling neckbreaker. Kaito with the punch right to the side of the head. Now Shuichi heading to the middle rope. Kaito getting in the way of Shuichi's split leg takedown, and now Rantaro taking full advantage. Back elbows from both teams. As now Rantaro taking Shuichi down, looking for the submission as Kokichi plays some defense. Shuichi rolls out. And now sending Rantaro over the top rope. And a stunner knocking him off. Split leg takedown by Kokichi as Shuichi just staring on from above. Rantaro back into the ring. Shuichi fully aware as Kaito now sends Kokichi into the barricade. Rantaro with the takedown, and now just a pendulum backstretch. Shuichi getting out of the way of that leg drop and a drop kick of his own. And now Kaito with the right hands. Kokichi with the reversal. Shuichi working on Rantaro on the inside of the ring. As now, again, just back and forth. Kaito and Kokichi just reversal after reversal. Rolling backbreaker by the Luminary of the Stars. Picking Kokichi back up as Rantaro with a possum kick to Shuichi. And Kokichi with a toss of Kaito, telling him off. And then Kaito rolls out of the way and a big kick to the face. Going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Kokichi kicks out. Referee taking a sweet time as now Shuichi goes for a pin against Rantaro. There's one. Not entirely sure what Kaito's trying to do. Spinning punch from Shuichi. Kaito sending Kokichi into the barricade. Spinning punch by the ultimate detective. Picking Rantaro back up. Rantaro with the reversal. But Shuichi still with the neck breaker and the pin. There's one. Rope break. Rantaro using his height to his advantage. Shuichi picking him back up, but nice dodge and clothesline by Rantaro as Kaito continues to work on Kokichi on the outside. Alternating elbows into the spear and the pin by Rantaro. There's one. There's two. Shuichi rolls out. And now Kaito making his way back into the ring, looking to make this a 2-on-1. Leg breaker as Kaito just watches on, and now Kaito having his way against Rantaro, but Rantaro with the back elbows. Punch to the side of the head. And now Kokichi going after Shuichi. Not the first time that Shuichi's have seen Kokichi on top of him. Kaito with a nice reversal in the corner. Sending Rantaro for a run, crashing right on top of Kokichi, who manages to get out of the way just in time. And now Kaito and Kokichi looking to fight again. Kokichi with the takedown and the enzigiri. Kaito immediately to his knee. But Kokichi sending him down, and now Kokichi going after Shuichi. Leg sweep. Nice block of the forearm, sending Rantaro into the ring post. As Shuichi punches his way out. And a facebuster by Kaito. And Shuichi with the takedown against Kokichi. Tossing Rantaro back into the ring as Kaito picks Shuichi up, rolling backbreaker. Picking Kokichi back up to his feet, Rantaro back to his feet. And now Shuichi looking for the arm-trapped triangle choke as Kaito just not playing any defense whatsoever. Shuichi sending Kokichi up the ramp and then defending against the pin out, or not the pin out, the pinfall. And I'm seriously question what is so hard about playing defense. Kaito going for a pin, not even aware that Rantaro was ready. Reversal after reversal, Rantaro picking Kaito back up. And now just everyone on the ramp. Rolling facebuster by Rantaro. Kokichi with the reversal. Both Agents of Anarchy picking their partners up. And both taking them down. Knee smash by Rantaro going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Kaito kicks out. Now Kokichi turning Shuichi around. And a chicken wing suplex. Rantaro picking Kaito back up. Kaito with the reversal kick to the gut. As Kokichi just flexing on Shuichi. But still somehow gaining control. Backbreaker. Kokichi with a kick to the gut, and now rolling facebuster. And now Kokichi going for a pin. Kaito breaking that up. And now just pandemonium on the ramp. Nice dodge from both. Shuichi getting in the way, or also with a dodge. Kokichi with the Russian leg sweep right into Rantaro, going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Kaito kicks out. And now Rantaro with the triple amigos. rolling cutter by Kaito as now Rantaro looks to... Okay, Kaito, that was not smart. You literally saw Rantaro there. Okay, Kokichi, or excuse me, Shuichi with the clothesline from behind, completely whiffing that punch because he was like 10 feet away. And now Shuichi going for a pin. There's one. Kokichi kicks out. Shuichi picking Kokichi back up and a spinning punch. And now the Big Bang Theory looking to regain control. Kokichi with the reversal. And now another rolling cutter going for the pin. Kaito. Where's Kaito? There's two. Kaito, you dumbass. Kokichi getting the pinfall and taking the championship belts away from the Big Bang Theory because Kaito has no idea what the fuck defense is.
Here are your winners, and the new men's undisputed hybrid, the tag team world champions, the Anarchists.
And your newest champions, Agents of Anarchy.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the women's undisputed Impact, the Universal World Championship.
And now, for the Jayromada Women's Universal Championship match, introducing the challenger, Mitsuru Kirijo. She has been on a tear as of late and now getting the opportunity to fight for the belt. And she's beaten A2. She's beaten Bayonetta. And now is looking to take the championship belt away from Tenko Chabashira. And speaking of, introducing next, it is your women's Universal Champion, the ultimate Aikido Master, Tenko Chabashira.
Introducing the challenger from Kyoto, Japan, Ms. Kirijo. And her opponent from Japan, She is the women's undisputed Impact, the Universal World Champion, Ted Charlotte.
And Tenko giving up her championship belt to the referee, hoping to get that back at the end of this match in a successful title defense. And Mitsuru looking to grab it from her and complete her rise to the very top. Referee rings the bell to start off this match, and Mitsuru blocking the kick, but Tenko immediately continuing with the offense and a rolling neck breaker. And a knee smash. Rolling Mitsuru around. And picking her back up to her feet. And Tenko with a very strong start here, bouncing off the ropes, running elbow drop connects. And now looking for another elbow drop, but Mitsuru getting out of the way. And looking for the drop kick, Tenko with the reversal, but Mitsuru tossing her onto the apron, whiffing the punch, connects that time. And now successfully punches Tenko off the apron, rolling to the outside. Nice dodge of the kick. Kick to the gut of her own, and a falling face buster. And now it's Mitsuru's turn to get some offense in. And Mitsuru with the rolling neckbreaker, picking Tenko back up and tossing her back into the ring, climbing back in herself. And the float over neckbreaker. Tenko back to her feet, but Mitsuru continuing with the offense, picking Tenko up and catching her neck against the ropes. Mitsuru too busy saluting the fans to attack Tenko, who picks her up and sends her head first into the ring post, or not ring post, into the turnbuckle. And a running knee strike to the chest. Tenko going for a quick pin. There's one. Mitsuru kicks out. And now picking Mitsuru back up. Mitsuru with the reversal. Nice dragon screw. And not learning her lesson from the first time, taunting Tenko too much, but getting away with it this time, winning the clutch. And now sending Tenko for a run and a wheelbarrow neckbreaker. And just scrubbing her face against the canvas. Elbow drop. And now Mitsuru winning the grapple, tossing Tenko into the corner. And now pulling her away. And a roll up, but no pin. Now goes for the pin. Yeah. Tenko kicks out at 1. And now a backbreaker. Mitsuru picking Tenko off her feet again, and another running backbreaker. Into the stomp to the forearm, pulling on the arm that she just stomped. And a rolling backbreaker. Tenko heading into the corner, and Mitsuru in full control here. Sending Tenko head first. Nice back elbow by Tenko. Jumping knee strike, and now looking to get herself back into this match. Sending Mitsuru for a run. Diving underneath, jumping over. Knee smash. And now Mitsuru to her feet, but Tenko quicker. And a neck breaker. And another suplex. Tenko with the stomp. And now heading to the middle rope, completely whiffing on the RKO. And Mitsuru connecting with the elbow drop to the gut. Working on the arm. And now Mitsuru with the ground and pound. The 6 punches. And now Mitsuru to the middle rope herself. Cross by splash. Backbreaker. Quite literally going for the pin. There's one. Tenko still kicking out. Surprised that was still a 1 count. And Mitsuru still not learning her lesson. Taunting Tenko. Who's getting... who responded with the clotheslines. Hip toss. Into the falling fist. Looking for it again. Mitsuru getting out of the way this time. And now clotheslining Tenko over the top rope. Mitsuru heading up top. Telling Tenko to get up. And a missile drop kick. And a Revolute knee smash, picking Tenko back up. Tenko with a kick to the gut. Sending Mitsuru back into the ring. And turning Mitsuru around because she was way too close to the ropes. And Tenko looking for the standing submission. Mitsuru getting out. And yeah, beating former champions is one thing, but beating a current champion in a title match is a completely different beast in and of itself. And I don't think Mitsuru was quite ready for it. Tenko with the diving knee strike. And a running elbow drop connects. Mitsuru climbing into the corner. And a nice reversal, getting both feet up, tossing Tenko into the corner. Tenko with the reversal, Mitsuru taking way too long. And Tenko showing her Aikido skills there. And a suplex going for the pin. There's 1. There's 2. Mitsuru kicks out. Now Tenko dragging Mitsuru away. And now just hyping up the crowd is Tenko. Mitsuru with the grab, Tenko with the kick out. And tossing Mitsuru for a run. And a reverse suplex. Mitsuru rolling to the outside. Clearly not in her element right now. Rolling out of the way of that stomp, but Tenko with the crossbody. Now stomp to the wrist, or to the elbow. Crossbody splash to the back. Mitsuru still with the wherewithal to reverse that. And now tossing Tenko back into the ring. Both women still showing that they have plenty of gas in the tank. Facebuster by Mitsuru. Stomp to the hand. And now punches to the temple. Picking Tenko back up to her feet. And Mitsuru wasting time. Sending Tenko into the corner. Clothesline. And now the stomps finding their way through. picking Tenko back up. And the hip toss into the terminating knee smash. Picking Tenko back up, not quite done. Back elbow. Or excuse me, backhand into the facebuster and the pin. There's one. There's two. Tenko still kicks out. Mitsuru picking Tenko back up. And a running powerbomb. And now heading into the corner, middle rope, crossbody splash connects. Mitsuru not going for the pin, instead going for the stomp that Tenko got out of the way of, and the hip toss. Picking Mitsuru back up to her feet. Tenko turning her around, and a release suplex. Tenko goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Mitsuru looking for the rope break. Referee not seeing it, and welcome to the real world, Mitsuru. She wasted way too much time. She just did not take any advantage of the opportunities that Tenko gave her. And now not even trying to get her shoulder up, instead trying to go for the rope break. And unfortunately for Mitsuru, falling short at the very final hurdle. Tenko coming through with a massive win. Although how much of that was Mitsuru beating herself? Some questions for tonight, but that doesn't take away from the fact that Tenko is still your Jayromada Women's Universal Champion. And for our next matchup, introducing first, in this second rivalry match of the evening, it is the ultimate moral compass, Kiyotaka Ishimaru.
Making his way to the ring from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 146 pounds, Kiyotaka Ishimaru.
And his opponent, it is the ultimate biker gang leader, Mondo Owada. And referee rings the bell for the second rivalry match of the evening. Nice hip toss reversal by Taka. And now looking to heel hook Mondo. and looking to just put on some sort of performance. The very disappointing match against Dunban last week with Mondo at ringside. And Mondo told me earlier today that honestly he's just looking and watching Taka to make sure that he feels comfortable with moving on, whatever that means. And Mondo with the stomps. And going for the pin, there's one, Taka kicks out. And now Mondo gesturing towards the crowd, Taka with a split leg takedown from behind. Now punch to the top of the head, punches to the back of the spine. And a kick to the gut. And now Taka's his turn to needlessly taunt to the crowd. Taka with a nice reversal, going for a roll-up pin in the corner. One count, but Mondo kicks out. Taka turning him around with that punch. Now falling fist to the face. Stomp to the arm. And looking for another falling fist, but Mondo getting out of the way, picking Taka up. And a running backbreaker. Taka looking for the dropkick, Mondo blocking that. Taka with a kick to the gut, winning the grapple. And a rolling backbreaker. Picking Mondo back up, turning him around. And looking for the armbar. But Mondo rolling out. And a head scissor toss. Very easily getting out of that submission. And Mondo with the RKO. Picking Taka up and just cranking on that neck. Taka still with the reversal back. Kick to the gut and facebuster. Mondo rolling to the outside. Taka following him out. And a sleeper hold neckbreaker. There's a 1 count by the referee. Taka tossing Mondo back into the ring. Climbing back in himself, climbing up top. Diving elbow connects to the middle of the spine. Taka going for a pin. There's 1. There's 2. Mondo kicks out, but Taka with a 2 count. And now punch to the side of the head. Picking Mondo up, but Mondo with the Enziguri reversal. And Mondo with the leg breaker, rolling Taka onto his stomach. And a knee smash. Mondo picking Taka up and a backbreaker. Going for the stomp. And just trying to stomp a hole in Taka. And the ground and pound. Stomp to the shin, stomp to the chest. Just stomps all around. And the ground and pound. Mondo finding his rhythm again. But Taka with the Dragon Screw reversal again. Picking Mondo up, kick to the gut. And a running stunner. Taka going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Mondo kicks out. Taka picking Mondo back up to his feet. And tossing him over the top rope and just telling Mondo, stay out there. Now Taka making his way to the outside. And Mondo just completely ignoring him. Never mind, I thought he was heading in. No. Moonsault from the apron. Now tossing Taka back into the ring. Mondo climbing back himself. Taka very quickly to his feet. And nice block of the RKO, picking Mondo back up. But taking too much time. Mondo with the deadlift military press. And a right hand sending Taka back down. Mondo taunting to the crowd yet again. Taka with a neck breaker. Going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Mondo kicks out. Taka's showing some fight. Whiffing on the knife edge shot, but nice reversal. Turning his back to Mondo, big mistake. Mondo making him pay with that 180 suplex. Picking Taka back up. And the choking military press. And the pin, there's one. There's two. Taka still kicking out. Whiffing on the knife edge chop. Mondo taking full advantage of his reach advantage. And the single knee stunner. Mondo trapping the hand. And an arm breaker. Taka rolling to the outside. Mondo following him. There's a 1 count. Taka with the reversal. Playing possum and getting the ground and pound. Knife edge chops find their way through. Kick to the gut. Mondo with the reversal right back. And a rolling slam. Picking Taka back up. And back into the ring he goes. Mondo following him. And Mondo to the top rope. Diving elbow. Taka does not get out of the way in time. But still with the reversal. Mondo with the reversal right back. Failing the spinning back fist. Allowing Taka with the right hook. And Taka taunting a little bit too much again. Just these competitors have no idea when to not taunt. That's our 2K logic. There is none. Mondo going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Taka kicks out. Mondo picking Taka up. Taka with a kick to the gut. Knife edge chops finding their way through. And a stunner. Preventing Mondo from rolling out. And now Taka to the top rope. And I don't know what it is, but Taka just comes alive when fighting his old teammate. Top rope DDT picking Mondo back up and sweeping the legs. Taka again to the top rope. Crossbody splash goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Mondo with the resiliency to kick out. But Taka trying that again. Another. Never mind, that's a stomp. I thought that was going to be a crossbody. No. Top rope stomp, and now Taka looking for the finish. Another neck breaker. going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Mondo still powering out. And now Taka with the kicks, picking Mondo up and the knife edge brain chop. And now Taka heading up top yet again. Diving elbow connects. Rolling Mondo onto his back, going for a pin. Hopefully this time there's one. There's two. Mondo still kicks out. Taka picks Mondo back up to his feet. The right hand's clothesline takedown. Looking for the stomp. Mondo getting out of the way. And the facebuster into the submission, the power submission from behind. Trying to put an end to this. Taka desperately fighting out and eventually does. Springboard. And Taka going for another pin. There's one. There's two. Mondo still kicking out. Rolling to the outside. Taka to the top rope. And a Superman punch from the top. Picking Mondo up to his feet. Back inside the ring. Taka wants to get this done quickly and fairly. Heading up top. Mondo rolling out of range. Both men taking damage from that failed attack. Taka now just taunting from the apron because why go for the pin when he can go for the taunt? Falling fist. Stomp to the wrist. Picking Mondo up. Mondo with the back elbow. And picking Taka back up. And another military press slam. There's one. There's two. Taka kicks out. Mondo with the ground and pound. Taka making his way into the corner. Mondo there with the left hand and the right overhand, just punching his way through Taka, busting him open. Taka with the reversal in that kick. Standing corkscrew drop kick. And the arm breaker. Picking Mondo up and just working on that neck. Mondo with the reversal. Turning Taka around. Taka with the back elbow. And a single leg drop kick. Mondo making his way into the corner. Taka waiting for him, picking him up. Sitting him on the top rope. Mondo with the reversal. And now sending Taka crashing to the outside because of course. Taka getting out of the way. And another corkscrew drop kick. And now Taka just saluting the fans. Wasting more time because that's what the AI loves to do. They love to waste time. And now Mondo taunting. Referee already up to a 5 count. And the count gets ever higher. There's 6. I mean by ever higher, I mean by 1. Mondo. Okay, make that 2 because Mondo just wanted to taunt on the apron again. Spinning back elbow. Ugh, Taka rolling to the outside, climbing back in. Mondo walking him to the southern ropes. And now sending him for a run, completely whiffing on the grab because it's the AI and they fucking suck. Sit out powerbomb. Not going for the pin because why would you go for the pin? Heading up top. Mondo telling Taka to get up to his feet. Superman punch from the top rope. And now Mondo going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Taka still kicks out. Both men showing an absolute clinic of resiliency, but one man has to give. Who will it be? Taka blocking that corkscrew. And now making Mondo pay. There's a knee to the face. Rolling Mondo onto his back, going for the pin, too close to the ropes. There's one. There's two. Mondo rolling out. I have no idea how Mondo still has the energy. Facebuster into the clutch, trying to submit Taka. And Taka eventually tapping out. Mondo not letting up. He wants to... Okay, there it is. But Taka... I don't get it. Where was this last week?
Here is your winner, Mondo Bad Boy Omega.
But Mondo, by virtue of kicking out of literally everything, gets it done. But no shade for Taka. He put up a valiant effort. Unfortunately, it was just not meant to be. And for our next matchup, introducing first, it is the undying one, Undyne.
From the pits of hell, the Punisher, Arena.
And her opponent, it is the detective prince herself, Naoto Shirogane.
The Prince, Nomi Shibata.
And here we go. Referee rings the bell to start off this match. And Naoto immediately begins with a kick to the gut and the rolling neck breaker. Sending Undyne down for the pin. There's two. Undyne kicks out. And a very early 2 count. As Naoto picks Undyne back up, looking for the kick, but Undyne with the reversal and connecting with the back elbow, sending Naoto for a run and a clothesline. And face first into the mat. Now stomp to the face by Undyne. Picking Naoto up and a knee right to the face. And now a falling arm breaker again. Undyne meeting Naoto on the outside. And a heel hook on the outside. That's not going to do anything but just trying to wear down Naoto as much as she can. And we have a single leg scorpion clutch on the outside again. Not going to do anything. Naoto could have tapped out and the match wouldn't have ended, but Undyne just trying to do as much damage as she can. And another submission clutch on the outside. Picking Naoto back up and tossing her back into the ring. Undyne making her way back in herself at the 7 count. And tossing Naoto for a run. But Naoto just completely running through Undyne. Punch to the gut and picks her up. And a sit-down powerbomb going for the pin. There's one. Naoto kicks out. Undyne picking Naoto up and a high kick right to the jawline. And now Undyne to the top rope. Diving clothesline from the top rope connects. And now Undyne to the outside, just taunting. Climbs back in. And now sending Naoto for a misdirecting clothesline. Picking her up, but Naoto with the knees to reverse. And looking for the knee strike, but Undyne pushing out of the way, and Naoto with the reversal right back, and now looking to gain control of this match. Diving underneath, and a nice arm hook, arm drag. Cross by splash connects out of nowhere. Undyne rolling out of the way. Picking Naoto up, and Naoto elbowing out. Finally showing some life in this match. Sending Undyne right into the referee. Undyne looking confused. The referee looking confused. Naoto looking confused. And Naoto with the wrist clutch. And then the double knees to the back. Undyne with the reversal as Naoto tried to mount for the ground and pound. And now Undyne saying, yep, I'm still here. Naoto on the outside. Undyne with the spear knocking her off. Now picking Naoto up. Naoto looking for the knees to the gut, but Undyne blocking that. Naoto finding her way through regardless. But Undyne kicking her off. Now right hand by Naoto. Tackling Undyne down to the ground and the ground and pound. Picking Undyne up. And tossing her back into the ring. There's a 6 count. Drop kick to the top of the head. Naoto going for the pin, but Undyne kicks out at 1. And now a misdirecting knee to the gut by Naoto. Rising knife edge chop into the crossbody splash. You know, the kicks to the spleen, kick to the jaw. And Naoto looking to breathe new life into this match, picking Undyne back up, kick to the gut. But Undyne with the reversal, and now looking for the fishhook submission. Naoto trying to fight out, and eventually does, tripping Undyne up. And now tossing Undyne against the ropes in a single arm drag takedown. Undyne failing on the whiffing on the punch, and now Naoto with the crossbody. There's again only one count. Undyne with a kick to the gut and a fishhook suplex. Going for the pin. Referee in position. There's one. There's two. Naoto kicks out. Split leg takedown by Undyne on the outside. And looking to do it again, but Naoto rolling out of the way. Referee already at the 3 count. And Naoto with the stomp leg breaker. Kicked or stomped the back of Undyne's head. And now the 12-6 elbows. Naoto heading back into the ring. Undyne following her. Now Undyne picking Naoto up, walking her from one side of the ring to the other, and the top rope guillotine, looking for the stomp. Naoto rolling out of the way. Undyne with a kick to the gut. And of course sending Naoto crashing over the top rope. Undyne picking Naoto back up to her feet. And the suplex into the rolling cutter. They need to get into the ring, though, if they want to end this match. And now tossing Undyne tossing Naoto back into the ring. And climbing in herself. Stomp to the ankle, goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Naoto is not going to be put away by a stomp to the ankle. Drop kick to the back of the neck. And our first time looking at the spaghetti elbow drop tonight. Undyne just working on the left arm. Now turning Naoto around. Backbreaker. And now just working on that arm. And now working on that neck. Undyne picking Naoto back up. And looking for the spear, but Naoto pushing her away. Sending Undyne into the corner. Pulling her away. And a powerbomb. Naoto picking her back up. Walking her to the western ropes, because why not? And a foot trap DDT goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Undyne kicks out just in time. Naoto looking at the referee, questioning why there was a slightly slow count. I didn't think it was that slow. And just the middle, the rope assisted stretch. Naoto climbing back into the ring, slides back out because why not? And a rolling takedown, Undyne tossing Naoto into the barricade. Referee had a 4 count. Now, Undyne tossing Naoto into the barricade again. There's 5. Into the barricade. And now running Naoto into the barricade. There's 6. Now Undyne tossing Naoto into the steel steps, completely whiffing her mark. Tried to toss her into the ring. There's 8. Undyne back in. There's 9. Undyne is not going to reset the count, but Naoto in the ring just before the 10 count. Undyne with a kick to the gut. Sending Naoto for a run. And a backbreaker into the Russian leg sweep. And now Undyne up top looking for the flying fish. And that barely connects. Undyne going for the delayed pin. Referee in position. There's 1. There's 2. Naoto still kicks out. Naoto with a punch to the gut. And a crossbody splash of her own. Connects with the right hands and a kick to the gut, telling Undyne to get back to her feet. Forcing her back up all the way. Naoto picking Undyne back up to her feet. Again, punch to the gut. Drop kick to the knees. Undyne making her way into the corner because Naoto's just watching. And now the corner choke. And some knees to the inside of the thigh, picking Undyne back up. Kick to the gut. But Undyne again with the reversal. Clothesline. And Undyne just not able to make up her mind. Now climbing middle rope. Looking for the axe handle, not even close. Now Naoto climbing middle rope. But Undyne punching her down and just telling her off. Instead of taunting, why not try to put her away? And there's a backbreaker. And another spaghetti elbow drop. Picking Naoto back up to her feet. Spinning arm breaker. Into the fishhook suplex. Naoto very quickly to her feet, thanks to being in the corner. Reverse corner elbow. Into the corner bomb. And a knee to the arm. Undyne, why are you wasting time? Picking Naoto back up. And looking for another fishhook submission. Trying to make Naoto tap out. It's been a long, grueling match. Surely Naoto's too tired to power out. Undyne trying to keep it locked in. No more movement. Naoto somehow finding her way out. Kick to the gut. And Naoto with a fishhook suplex of her own. Going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Undyne kicks out. Running split leg takedown. Naoto picking Undyne back up, tossing her back into the ring. Climbing back in herself. Nope, just taunting on the apron. And now making her way to the top rope. Diving crossbody splash connects. And now Naoto going for the ground and pound because, of course. Picking Undyne back up to her feet. And walking her to the southern ropes. And looking for another top rope. DDT connects. Naoto goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Undyne kicks out. Undyne with the reversal because of fucking course. And now Undyne up top looking for the flying fish, connects with the flying elbow. Instead of going for the pin, instead, trying to break the arm, her arms are already damaged to hell and back. You don't need to damage them anymore. You need to go for the pin, you fucking dumbass. Face plant. And of course, Naoto kicks Undyne off of her. And Undyne rolls to the outside because of fucking course. And of course, Naoto was a complete dumbass and missed that split leg takedown. And now they're both just standing there. Chicken wing suplex. Stop kicking out, seriously. Naoto picking Undyne back up and tossing her back into the ring. Yep, called it. Undyne with the clotheslines, catching the kick, tripping her up, whoop-de-fucking-do. She's not gonna... Oh, she is actually going to go for the pin. There's one. There's two. Naoto kicks out. Wow, what a surprise. Hip toss. Into the chicken... not chicken wing. Fish hook suplex. Stop taunting and go for the fucking pin, you loser. Sorry if I'm losing. It's like... This match should not have been... This match should not be going for as long as it is. Fish hook suplex, there's one. There's two. Naoto kicks out. Because of fucking course she does. You only have one use of resiliency. Stop fucking constantly using it, you cheating bastard. Arm drag takedown. Naoto's not going to go for the pin. Instead, she's going to go for the fucking taunt. Because that is the most useless fucking thing. Naoto, what are you doing? Why'd you take that route to get to the top rope? That is literally the worst route you could have taken. Double knees from the top rope. She's not going to go for the pin because, you know, that would be the smart thing to do. Instead, Superman punch into the pin right next to the ropes. There's going to be a rope break here. There's one. There's two. Undyne rolls out. How? Literally fucking how? They should not be kicking out this late. Good old 2K cheating AI. Another spaghetti elbow drop. Revolut knee smash by Naoto, picking Undyne back up. Walking her to the northern ropes this time. Going for another top rope DDT that's going to be kicked out at 2. There's one. There's two. Wow, what a surprise. Undyne doesn't kick out. And after a way too long, grueling match, Naoto Shirogane finally a pay-per-view event winner. All because the AI is that stupid.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the men's undisputed hybrid, the Universal World Championship.
And now for the men's Universal Championship of Eclipse. Introducing first, it's the challenger, the Skeleton Praetor, representing the Skeleton Legion. And his opponent, it is your men's Universal Champion, Gundham Tanaka. And Gundham Tanaka, he's told me that he's not necessarily okay, but he's fine with the Skeleton Legion taking the championship belt away from him as long as it is earned in a well-fought match.
Introducing the challenger from the pits of hell, weighing in at 146 pounds, the Undead General. And his opponent from the pits of hell, weighing in at 163 pounds, he is the men's undisputed hybrid, the Universal World Champion, Demon Gundham Tanaka.
And the referee showing the world the men's, I almost said Nexus, Eclipse men's Universal Championship belt. And the Skeleton Praetor and Gundham Tanaka both getting ready as referee rings the bell. And they meet in the middle, Praetor with a nice block and a counterattack right away, sending Gundham crashing down to the mat. And a jumping arm breaker into the reverse armbar. And taking Gundham down. And the Praetor seems far in control of this match right now. Dislocating arm breaker into the twisting arm drag. The knee right to the face, sending Gundham for a run. And a nice arm drag takedown. Looking for the stomp, but Gundham getting out of the way. Right hand finding its way through. And a reverse DDT. Praetor rolling to the outside. Gundham with a suicide spear connects. Spring takedown into the kicks. And a twirling backbreaker. Picking Praetor back up and tossing him back into the ring. Gundham climbing back in, climbing to the top rope. And a diving elbow drop connects right to the spine. And a pin, there's one. There's two. Praetor kicks out. Gundham picking the Praetor back up, kick to the gut. And a neck breaker. Now Gundham back to the top rope. Telling the Praetor to get back up to his feet. And he does. Twirling arm drag off the top rope connects. And the pin, there's one. Praetor kicks out. Praetor rolling to the outside, Gundham with the spear. Picking Praetor back up and a rolling neck breaker. And another rolling reverse cutter, breaking the arm again. Picking Praetor back up to his feet and Russian leg sweep, catching the top of the crown right against the LED screen. Gundham climbing to the top rope. There's 6. Missile dropkick, somehow resetting the count, even though Gundham wasn't in the ring. And tossing Praetor back in, jumping back in himself. But Praetor with the clotheslines, slipping that, and a diving clothesline of his own. And the pin, there's one. There's two. Gundham kicks out. And now sending Gundham for a run, diving underneath. Arm drag into the knee strike. And a fisherman's suplex. And a knee right to the side of the head. Praetor to the top rope. Diving crossbody splash, Gundham getting out of the way, kick to the gut. And the demonic facebuster going for the pin way too close to the ropes. There's one. There's two. Praetor kicks out. Gundham picks the Praetor back up to his feet and tossing him into the corner, staring him down, and now tossing him away. Shotgun kick right into the corner, and now Gundham looking for the finisher. Kick to the gut, but Praetor with the catch. Back elbow, knife edge chops. Praetor turning Gundham around. And the back elbow drop into the 12-6 elbows. And now Praetor to the top rope, diving crossbody. And goes for the ground and pound. Busting Gundham open. Picking Gundham up to his feet, turning him around. And a twirling arm breaker into the pin. There's one. There's two. Gundham kicks out. Gundham with a kick to the chest and a drop kick. And now making the Praetor pay. And looking for the power submission. Praetor can literally I mean, he's literally brushing up against the ropes. I have no idea how this is not a rope break. Manages to get out. And tossing Gundham for a run. Arm drag takedown. Into the knee to the chest and the pin. There's one. There's two. Gundham kicks out. Praetor to the top rope. Staring Gundham down. Diving. Shoulder smash. Rolling Gundham onto his back. Gundham rolling to the outside. Praetor following him. And tossing the skeleton Praetor back into the ring. Gundham taking his time. Making his way back into the ring. Praetor waiting for him. Tossing him for a run. Single arm drag takedown. And a middle rope DDT. Taking his time. And a kick to the spine. Gundham with the knees getting himself out. Left hand finds its way through. Completely whiffing on the crossbody. As Praetor now picks him up, turning him around. And a modified neckbreaker picking Gundham back up, sending him for another run. Diving underneath, jumping over. And just a simple knee to the gut. Gundham with the reversal. Elbow to the chest. But the skeleton Praetor with the reversal right back. Picking Gundham back up to his feet. And a reverse Russian leg sweep yet again, going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Gundham kicks out. Praetor can't believe it. Trying to take the belt away from Gundham. Doing everything in his power that he can, but Gundham just keeps fighting back. Picking Praetor back up and a rolling neckbreaker. Praetor rolling to the outside. Gundham just laughing in his face, thinking that, or questioning whether or not Praetor is, in his right mind, thinking he can take the belt away from him. Tornado arm drag takedown. And Gundham with the headbutt. Picking Praetor back up to his feet. There's a 3 count. Backbreaker picking up Praetor back up. Knife edge chop. There's 4. And a float over DDT. Referee already at 5. And another handbreaker picking Praetor back up. And tossing him head first into the apron. And another float over DDT. There's 7. Gundham picking Praetor back up. And a Russian leg sweep. There's 8. Gundham back into the ring. He's going to slide back out. Yes. He is not quite done with the Praetor. Praetor's not quite done with him with that reversal, but Gundham with the reversal right back. Punching his way out. And Praetor with the arm drag takedown. Referee at 3. Faint DDT. And now Praetor sending Gundham head first into the LED ring post. Sliding back into the ring just to amuse the referee, and back out he goes. Reverse armbar. This is not going to do anything but just wear Gundham down. And now Gundham tossing Praetor back into the ring. Finally, we have some in-ring action again. But Praetor with a kick to the gut, preventing Gundham from hitting the springboard, and a facebuster from the skeleton Praetor. And now goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Gundham kicks out. And Praetor looking for the finisher. Twirling arm breaker. And the pin away from the ropes. There's two. Gundham still with the power to kick out. Praetor telling the referee, speed up your counts. Kick to the spine again. Nice slip. And another faint DDT. Praetor with a stomp to the wrist. And the ground and pound still. Neckbreaker looking for the stomp. Gundham getting out of the way. And the choking takedown. Gundham trying to choke out the Praetor. Just distracted by the Praetor getting back up to his feet instead of heading to the corner like he wanted to and looking for the demon kick. Instead, a demon face drop by Gundham, rolling Praetor onto his back. Goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Praetor still kicks out. Gundham picking the skeleton Praetor back up. Tossing him for an Irish whip, but what was the plan? He literally did nothing. Sending Gundham for a run, of course, over the top rope. We're going to extend this match by another 10 minutes because the AI has no idea how to fight inside the ring. Gundham putting a stop to that, to the taunting neck breaker. Hey Gundham, why not just toss him into the ring? Thank you. And now just taking the long way because, you know, why go... Okay, what is Gundham doing? Seriously, why do you walk halfway around the ring just to waste time? I don't get it. Sending it for the Irish whip, and there's a Superman clothesline into the arm breaker, and Gundham climbing to the top rope. Turning around, backflip splash into the pin, and there's one. There's two. Praetor kicks out. Of course he does. And now the stomps to the face. And a turnstile neckbreaker. Gundham, why are you taunting when you could go for the pin? And now looking for the corner finisher. Picking Praetor up. And just a simple standing submission. Okay. Trying to submit the Praetor, trying to hold on to the belt. He did say that he's okay with the Skeleton Legion winning the belt just so long as they fight hard for it. And I would say that this is a well-fought match. Gundham with the reversal. Sending Praetor for a run. Diving underneath, Superman elbow, or Superman forearm. Not going for the pin, instead going for the stomps, clothesline into the corner. And the chokes, because why not? And now Gundham picking Praetor back up, knife edge chops. Backing up. And a tilt-a-whirl DDT into the pin. There's one. There's two. Praetor still kicking out. I don't know where they're finding the energy. And now Gundham looking for the demon kick. It's been 20 minutes. I'm surprised this is the first demon kick. And that connects, rolling Praetor onto his back. Goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. And that's going to put the skeleton Praetor away. And Gundham Tanaka holds on to the championship belt. Well fought effort from the skeleton Praetor, but unfortunately for the Legion, unable to maintain championship gold. And I wonder how the skeleton Imperator is going to take that news.
Undisputed hybrid, the Universal World Champion, Demon Tanaka.
It was going to be the Imperator in the ring tonight against Gundham, but after a last-minute switch, it was the Praetor, and maybe that wasn't the right choice. Gundham Tanaka walking away. Champion once again. And now for our second Tornado Tag Team Championship match of the evening. Introducing first, looking to reclaim the titles, it is the Mech Femmes. The original title holders before losing it to the the Double Dragons, who's held on to the championship belt ever since then. And the Mech Femmes looking to get the championship belts back. Putting on some good performances as of late. Can they put together one more and do what they've come here to do? And their opponents, it is your current women's tag team champions of Jayromada, the Double Dragons.
The following contest is a Tornado Tag Team match and is for the Women's Undisputed Impact, the Tag Team World Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Grinders. And their opponents, they are the Women's Undisputed Impact, the Tag Team World Champions, the Lucha Dragons.
And Yukiko and Chie giving their championship belts over to the referee. And we are ready for our next championship match of the evening. And the referee rings the bell. Chie and Tifa immediately going after each other. Tifa with a very nice reversal. And the powerbomb in the middle of the ring as Yukiko and Sharla on the outside. Backbreaker by Tifa. And a kick right to the spine. Yukiko with the arm drag. And a knee right to the face. Tifa looking to grab Chie, but Chie with the kick. Reversal. Tifa tossing her to the outside. And Yukiko winning her battle against Sharla in the northeastern corner of the outside. Chie picking Tifa back up. And tossing her into the barricade. Yukiko kicking Sharla right in the back. Chie running to help her teammate and then completely undecided. And now finally making up her mind, going after Sharla, but a bit too late, jumping over her partner. But a double knee stunner from Sharla as now Tifa goes after Yukiko. The somersault knee to the chest. And now Sharla going after Yukiko. As Tifa now going after Chie, switching partners. Double leg dropkick. And now Chie just dragging Sharla down. Yukiko now with a shoulder arm breaker. Stomped on the arm as Yukiko tried to toss Tifa, but going completely nowhere. And backbreaker. Spinning powerbomb by Sharla, picking Chie back up as Tifa now trying to win her battle against Yukiko, tossing her into the barricade. And now I'm not entirely sure what Sharla's doing. She really should be going after Chie, but just deciding not to. Nice block and the knee. And now spinning arm breaker by Sharla as Tifa now with a pendulum backbreaker against Yukiko. Knee to the gut. And now Tifa going for the pin. There's one, very delayed by the referee. Chie with the kick out. A stomping arm breaker by Chie. Nice block of the knife edge chop, and now Chie sending Sharla for a run, but completely whiffing. Now Sharla sending Chie for a run. As Tifa just showing off her strength. Delayed powerbomb. Not going for the pin. Instead just taunting. Allowing Yukiko back up to her feet. And now Chie goes for the pin. Referee, what was she doing? Sharla kicks out before the 1 count because the referee just completely forgot a major part of her job. And now referee again not going for the pin. Again, not even a 1 count. Sharla getting her knees up. Spinning kick by Chie. Stalking Sharla. And now looking for the finisher, but now Tifa's in the ring. Enziguri by Chie, but Tifa immediately there to take her partner's place. And now Yukiko's in the ring, taking Chie's place. Spinning kick. Rolling out of the way, Tifa, but Yukiko tossing her over the apron. And now Chie going for a pin. There's one, there's two. Charlotte kicks out. Chie tossing Charlotte back into the ring. And now looking for a 1-on-2. Never mind, Yukiko heading to the outside to go after Tifa. Completely whiffing. Tifa also completely whiffing. And now Chie heading up top. Crossbody splash connects. Chie picking Charlotte back up as Tifa goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Yukiko powers out. Yukiko sending Tifa into the announcer's booth and then into the steps. Rolling neckbreaker from Charlotte. And a facebuster. Tifa with a kick. And another gutbuster by Charlotte. Now trying to go after Chie. And a sitting facebuster by Charlotte. Picking Yukiko back up. Nice catch of the kick by Tifa. And now the Mech Femmes look to be in firm control of this match. Charlotte picking Yukiko back up. Kick to the gut. And a rolling neckbreaker into the pin. There's one. There's two. Yukiko somehow kicks out. Double knees into the insult to injury by Charlotte. And looking for another finisher. Is she looking for the submission? No. Another neckbreaker into the pin. Delayed pin, but there's one. There's two. Yukiko still somehow kicking out. And now Charlotte to the top of the top rope. Telling Yukiko to get up to her feet. Spinning takedown Yukiko with the reversal and the leg drop. Tifa going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Chie kicks out. And now Charlotte trying to come to the aid of her teammate. Tifa with a kick to the gut. And tossing Chie into the barricade. Yukiko tackling Charlotte down. And Chie with the back elbow kick to the spine by Yukiko. And now Yukiko going for the pin against Charlotte. There's one. There's two. Charlotte kicks out. And now Chie. There's one. Tifa kicks out. And Yukiko tossing Charlotte back into the ring. And Tifa again with the reversal. Charlotte also with the reversal, but just has no idea how to stomp. Rolling ankle kick. Chie with the tackle. Rolling neckbreaker by Charlotte. And now looking for the submission, but Chie, of course, breaks that up. And a rolling neckbreaker by Charlotte. Chie rolling to the outside. Tifa catching her breath. And nobody is paying attention to Yukiko. Never mind, that's Tifa. Punching Yukiko back down to the ground. And a spine buster. Snap suplex. Tifa not going for the pin because that would be the smart thing to do. Instead, just working on that neck. How about you go for the pin? Please. Charla, leg drop from the middle rope. Now Charla goes for the pin. There's one. There's two. Chie kicks out because of course she does. Rolling neck breaker. And a kick to the thigh. And Charla looking for another finisher, but Yukiko making her way back into the ring because of course she won her match against Tifa. Double knees, and now Yukiko going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Charla kicks out. Tifa climbing back into the ring. And a rolling takedown to a missile dropkick. Now Charlotte just sending Chie up the ramp. Now Tifa looking for the finisher against Yukiko. But before she can get the... Okay, there's one. There's two. But I don't know what... I have no idea what Tifa was even trying to do. Okay, spinning kick into the pin. Referee, what are you doing? Seriously, what was she doing? Wow, the AI in this game is fucking dumb. Arm breaker. And Chie just working on Tifa, not going for the pin because why would you try to go for the fucking win? It's not like that's the whole point of this or something. Now going for the submission. Will Tifa tap out? Or will she kick out because that's what the AI always does? She powers out. High kick by Tifa, going for the pin. Referee, there's one. There's two. And despite the referee's best efforts to try to throw the match, Chie is not going to kick out, and the Mech Femmes eventually getting it done. Avenging themselves and bringing the title back to their, back to their corner.
Here are your winners, and the new Women's Undisputed Impact, the Tag Team World Champions, the Grinders.
And the Double Dragon's reign is over, and time for the Mech Femmes to reinstate their claim at the top. Or their spot at the top. And now for our next matchup, introducing first. It is the Blue Jay, Jaden Moon.
Is scheduled
And his opponent, it is the man who honestly put up one hell of an effort on Friday, is Yusuke Kitagawa.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 130 pounds, the Phantom Fox.
And both men ready. Referee rings the bell. And Yusuke immediately begins by picking the Blue Jay up. And a falling neckbreaker. Jaden quickly to his feet, but Fox with the elbow taking him back down. And a stomp to the back of the head. Now some stomps to the side of the head. Picking Jaden back up. Knife edge chops, kick to the gut. And a sit-down powerbomb. Stomped right to the middle of the spine. And a kick right where he stomped, and Fox. A very early tornado kick. And again. I think he's letting out his frustrations from Friday, where he was so close to winning that 2-on-1, just for unfortunate reasons. Just could not, despite being ambushed. Jaden with a kick to the gut, but Fox tossing him into the barricade, and a knee, catching him between his patella. I think that's his knee and the barricade. Fox picking Jaden back up. And a sit-down slam. Referee already at 8. There's 9. And a very unfortunately short match. I'm surprised Dean didn't help his I'm surprised Dean didn't help Jaden back to his feet. But that's when that's what happens when you fight exclusively on the outside. And don't make an effort to head back into the ring. And now for our first 8-bit brawl of the night. Our first contestant, or our first fighter.
Is an 8-woman battle royal, and is for the women's undisputed
Our first challenger is a former tag team champion, Nia. And next, it is Fiora. Getting a bit of a precursor into the Royal Rumble. This is 8 superstars. Prepare yourselves for 30 in a month. Yeah. Not in the ring at one time. It's going to be over, successive, whatevers, but yeah, bit of a precursor. And up third, it is the baddest woman of Eclipse. Looking to reclaim the championship belt for herself. It is former Miss Money in the Bank, former Eclipse World Universal Champion, the girl with the golden brains, Miu Iruma. The Ultimate Adventurer. What other nicknames or titles do we give her? Seriously. I want one of these days to just, from when she walks out on stage to when she heads into the ring, just be titles. And up fourth, looking to become double champion.
And representing Truth and Consequences from Japan, the idol Sky Anna Marceau.
It is Sayaka Maizono, representing the newly crowned tag team champions, the Harmonious Truth, looking to take the championship belt away from Kasumi Yoshizawa. And, yeah, become our first double champion in JWE history. And up fifth, it is Sophie.
From the internet, AI Sophia.
A former Nexus champion, looking to claim, and a former, not former Nexus, former Universal champion, looking to claim the belt back. Unfortunately, losing her match to Aegis all the way back in Money in the Bank, or else she could very well, I would say, go for the trifecta. No. Actually, now that I think about it, is anyone even eligible for the trifecta? I mean, Hatsune Miku. Akechi? No, he's not. He's not a tag team champ. He's not. He's not in a tag team. That is a good question. That's a really good question. And now our next contestant. It is the ultimate swimmer, Aoyasa Hina. And I lost count. Is that 6? Now I'm trying to remember who's all... I think she is number 6. I lost count. And for our final challenger, it is your women's Nexus champion,
Representing the Iconics from Japan, Miku.
and looking to come home champion here tonight, and beat Sayaka Maizono to the first double champion mark. It is Hatsune Miku. She's already had one match tonight. I mean, she's had 3 hours to rest. So she should be, pretty much fresh, but she is at a slight disadvantage. And last, but certainly not least, it is your current women's Universal Champion, Kasumi Yoshizawa.
Introducing the champion from Tokyo, Japan. She is the women's undisputed hybrid, the Universal World Champion, the Phantom Violet.
We're looking to take the championship back, or trying to, defend the championship match, or what? Trying to defend the championship belt in tonight's match. That's what I meant to say. It's going to be a tall order, and we are immediately into the action as Kasumi walks Hatsune Miku to the Western ropes, and well, the rules to this match. Over the top rope, and both feet hit the ground and you're eliminated. Pretty simple. Throw your opponent over the top rope, have both of their feet hit the ground, and last person standing wins. As Kasumi trips Hatsune Miku up, and now Nia with some knees to the back. Spinning arm breaker by Sophie. And now Kasumi tossing Fiora over the top rope, but failing to knock her off. Nia's taking a break. Kasumi with a nice spinning heel kick and a double knee stunner against Hatsune Miku. And now Sophie walking Sayaka, trying to walk her north, but Fiora's in the way. Kasumi trying to eliminate Miu, but Hatsune Miku for some reason putting a stop to that, and now Miku eliminating Miu. Miss Money in the Bank is not going to reclaim the title here. And now Miku looking for another elimination as she tries to put Nia over the top rope. And here comes Aoi to help her. Nia fighting for her life. Trying desperately to hold on. Trying to shift all her weight to her legs and eventually fights her way out of that 2-on-1. Not the first time she's fought her way out of a 2-on-1. And now Sayaka trying to eliminate Hatsune Miku. There can only be one double champion contender here. Hatsune Miku says no. Back elbow missed by Fiora. Trying to catch inventory of who's all still in the ring. And yes, only Miu has been eliminated. And Aoi's been eliminated. Fiora managing to hold on, and now Sayaka out onto the apron. But finding her way back into the ring. Fiora tossing her into the corner. Kasumi not entirely sure what she wanted to do with Nia, so she just tosses her into an arch whip and a cartwheel dropkick. And now Hatsune Miku sending Sophie into the corner, except Sophie with the reversal. And now Nia jumping over Fiora. Sayaka with the stunner. And Fiora with the spear. Remember, there are no submissions, no pinfalls. Over the top rope is the only way to win. As we see Sophie trying to eliminate Fiora in the northwest corner. Dragon Screw takedown. Honestly, this might spark a rivalry between Miku and Sayaka. As dumb as that is. I mean, we've had dumber. I mean, remember Hatsune Miku versus Ibuki Miyota? That was an interesting rivalry, as Nia sends Kasumi into the corner, but Kasumi with the reversal, Nia with the reversal right back. Not entirely sure what happened there. Everyone's trying to find their dance partners. Hatsune Miku with the reversal. And now Kasumi walking Miku to the northern ropes. And just completely ignoring her, allowing Nia to go after her now. Miku holds on for dear life. Now, Nia trying desperately, but no, Hatsune Miku lives. If you've been on Twitter at all, you might, or Twitter at all over the past week, you might be familiar with the International Miku meme. We could very well have our very own version of that with double champion Miku, considering how she's been fighting her way out of perilous situation after perilous situation. I have no idea what Kasumi was even trying to do. Fiora looking for the dropkick. Nobody's home. Kasumi with the snap mirror, spinning tornado kick. And now Fiora rolling back to her feet. And both women looking to attack each other, but both women missing. And now Kasumi done with Fiora, now going after Nia as Sophie now goes after Fiora. Corkscrew splash. Connects by Kasumi, and now Sophie looking to eliminate Fiora. Head scissor toss, and very well done. Sophie showing incredible athleticism, taking down Fiora. And now Sayaka looking to eliminate Kasumi. And Kasumi lives. For now. Yes. And Nia's been eliminated. Everyone remaining in the ring is either a current champion or, in the case of Sophie, a former champion. Corkscrew tackle by Hatsune Miku, and now Sayaka turning Kasumi around, and a neck breaker. But a Dragon Screw takedown by Miku. Sophie wanting in on the action, sending Miku into the corner. Sayaka with the kicks. Nice dodge by Sophie. Double leg drop kick right to the back. Sayaka, head scissor toss. I thought she was going after Sophie. Instead, changing target, going after Kasumi. Nice block by I almost said Sumeri. By Sayaka. And Kasumi, being current champion, has a massive target on her back, but she's managed to fight her way through. I don't think she has an elimination yet. As she's been eliminated, we will see a new champion. Thanks to Hatsune Miku. And the chances of having a double champion went from 25% at the beginning of the match all the way up to 66%. As now Sophie picks Miku up, and Miku with the reversal. And a takedown. Honestly, if I was Sayaka, I would work with Miku, try to eliminate Sophie. At least that way, history will be made. Sophie punching her way out, and Miku is not having a good time in the corner. Double attack. And now Sayaka going after Sophie. No idea what happened there. Sophie sending Sayaka for a run. Clothesline takedown. And a backbreaker into the punch to the back of the head. Looking for the stomp. Hatsune Miku getting out of the way. And now sending Sophie in the corner, looking to properly eliminate her this time. Sending her up top, trying to push her away. And we will have a double champion. Sophie has been eliminated. We will be seeing a double champion here tonight. Will it be the ultimate pop star idol Hatsune Miku or the ultimate pop star idol Sayaka Maizono? Sayaka walking Miku to the eastern or western ropes, pushing her over the top, but Miku surviving, punching Sayaka in the shin. And the head scissor DDT, or not head scissor DDT, Hurricane Rana DDT. Sayaka with the reversal, tossing Hatsune Miku over the top rope, looking for the elimination, and Sayaka Maizono comes out on top and making history.
champion, the idol, Sky Anna Marceau.
Sayaka Maizono, your first JWE double champion, tag team champion, and now universal champion. All she needs now is to take the Nexus championship, but I mean, she's gonna have to wait for that. Could she become triple champion? She could very well. Will that happen? Probably not, but it is in the cards. But for now, holy shit. Welcome, double champion Sayaka Maizono. And now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event of the evening, and it is our second 8-bit brawl. Introducing first,
The following contest is an 8-man battle royal and is for the men's undisputed Impact, the Universal World Championship. Introducing the challenger from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 175 pounds, the superstar Key and Reeves.
Introducing first, it is the breathtaking assassin, Keanu Reeves. And our second challenger here tonight, it is the former Nexus champion before that whole controversy.
From the Machine Age, weighing in at 286 pounds, Niles S.
It is 9S. And up third, it is Dr. Ivo Robotnik, Dr. Eggman.
Weighing in at 300 pounds, the engineer, Dr. England.
And up fourth, it is your men's Nexus champion after that long and grueling match against Crewmate, where he barely survived. Hopefully he's had enough time to rest and recover and create his battle plan for tonight. It is Goro Akechi.
Weighing in at 140 pounds, Gordon Alexi.
And up fifth, it is the ultimate boxer of the seas.
From Japan, weighing in at 130 pounds, the brawler, Akira Shibata.
It is Akihiko Sanada. And introducing next, it is the Beast, Dunban.
From the future, weighing in at 200 pounds, the Beast done big.
And last but not least of the contenders, it is Kanji Tatsumi.
160 pounds, Kirijo.
And last, but certainly not least, it is your Jayromada Men's Universal Champion, the Lone Wolf, Zenkichi Hasegawa.
And introducing the champion from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 200 pounds. He is the men's undisputed Impact, the Universal World Champion, Zuconi.
And bell rings, and immediately chaos in the ring. Dumbman trying to dropkick Eggman, but missing out. Eggman going after Akihiko, and that's reversal after reversal. And Zenkichi with a single shoulder suplex against Akechi, and now looking to immediately eliminate Keanu Reeves, tossing him over the top rope, but Keanu holding on and fighting his way back into the ring. 9S with a nice takedown on Kanji. Now Eggman looking to eliminate Dunban, who manages to hold on and again fight his way back in. Now Akihiko setting up Akechi. And a spinning punch takedown. Now Eggman with a suplex against Akihiko. And now Zenkichi having some fun, but Eggman easily with the neck breaker. Now, Dunban working on the legs of Eggman. As now Akihiko and Kanji finding themselves together. Bit of an old rivalry there, sparking back up. 9S picking up Kanji and a sit-down powerbomb. And who's been eliminated? Akihiko has been eliminated. I completely missed. I don't even know what happened. And Dunban is just having a sleep in the corner. Okay. Zenkichi fighting Eggman, who sends him into the corner, but Zenkichi with a nice back elbow. And a knee to the face. Rolling neck breaker. Akechi taking down Kanji. And 9S with the neck breaker against Akechi. Eggman and Kanji fighting each other. As now Keanu Reeves sends Zenkichi into the corner. Nines picking Akechi up and a suplex as Kanji looking to eliminate Zenkichi. But Zenkichi's finding his way out. A Dunban and Keanu Reeves finding each other now. Eggman with the egg splash, as now Kanji picks up Akechi. I'm surprised he didn't toss him over the top rope. Now Dunban looking for another looking to try to eliminate Zenkichi, and is successful. And now 9S looking to eliminate Kanji, who punches his way out, and we are going to have a new champion. Well, new is relative. And 9S has been eliminated by Kanji. Rolling elbow against Akechi, who is also looking to become double champion. Kanji trying to put a stop to that as he sends Akechi into the corner, but Eggman just preventing him from doing any more damage to Akechi. And now Eggman walking Kanji to the northern ropes, trying to send Kanji over. And does. Kanji's out. And now Eggman sending Akechi into the corner and trying to eliminate Akechi. And he is successful again. Eggman with 2 eliminations in like 15 seconds. Now Dunban with a spinning heel kick. I'm surprised Keanu Reeves is still in the ring. It is Dunban, Keanu, and Eggman. Not the final 3 I would have predicted. And now Dunban looking to eliminate his rival, but Keanu fighting his way back. And here comes Eggman to try to make it 3 eliminations, but a Dunban with the kick. Stunner against Keanu. Eggman sending Dunban for a run, but Dunban with the reversal. Now looking to go after Eggman after fingering him as the most as the biggest threat, not only stature-wise, but also, you know, those 2 eliminations. Might even be 3. Keanu with the block, sending Dunban into his elbow. Now kick to the chest. Keanu picking Eggman back up. And now walking him to the western ropes. Picking him up, trying to eliminate the big man. I have no idea what Dunban's even trying to do. And Eggman holding on. Shifting his weight to the back, or to his legs, and fights his way out. And now Eggman picking Dunban up and catching his neck against the ropes. Dunban with the kick and the stomp. And if Eggman were smart, he would just hang back and let Dunban and Keanu fight each other and then just protect themselves as need be, but Eggman preferring to be in the middle of the fight, gets caught by a Blossom Dance. And now Dunban going after Keanu, hitting a Blossom Dance against him. And now Dunban doesn't know who to go after, so he goes after Eggman. Walking him to the south. And looking for the clothesline, but Eggman with the reversal. Not an elimination, but sending Dunban a message. And Keanu with the slap. Heading up top. And a twirling elbow drop. As now Keanu walks Eggman to the northern ropes. Dunban just watching. And Keanu Reeves with the absolute strength to just toss Eggman over the top rope. And now Dunban looking for the elimination. Keanu Reeves with the reversal, and your newest men's Universal Champion of Jayromada is Keanu Reeves.
Here is your winner, and new men's undisputed Impact, the Universal World Champion, the Superstar Keanu Reeves.
And as we watch Keanu Reeves celebrate, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight on 8-Bit Brawl. And hope to see you in about a month's time where we have the Royal Rumble. But of course I have the weekly shows leading up to that. And in just about 2 weeks' time, it is, I believe, JWE Wingcrest Jailbreak? I believe. But until then, we are signing out from Seattle, Washington. See ya.